Meanwhile, once again, Toby and his train were out on the open line. But the coaches were making the journey very difficult, and many engines passing were feeling very sorry for both Toby and Henrietta. Soon they puffed towards the hill. Gordon's hill was very steep and Toby had to puff hard. It was a long climb. The coaches could see their plan was working because Toby was nervous. Just then, when they were nearly at the top, they played their tricks. "Ready! Steady! Go!" said the coaches, and they jerked at a coupling which broke between Henrietta and Toby. Toby felt the jerk and then watched in horror as his train began hurtling backwards down the hill. "Oh no!" cried Toby. Henrietta was in a state of shock, so she didn't know what to think, and she couldn't ask the conductor. He had been flying clear. Toby knew he wasn't as fast as any of the other engines, so he had to think of something. Just then, he heard a whistle. It was Duck heading back, light engine from Kelthorpe. "Duck, stop, please," called Toby. Duck could see Toby was in distress and agreed to help, so Toby explained the situation. "Can you catch them? I'll join you as soon as I can," said Toby. "Of course, Toby, I'll try my best," puffed Duck. And with a whoosh and a wheeze, Duck sped away to catch the train. Soon they were whizzing through Wellsworth Station. The coaches were biffing and bashing forward. Henrietta's bumpers to the point of nearly breaking off. Henrietta wasn't enjoying this at all. Meanwhile, Duck was racing to the rescue. "I must catch Henrietta, I must," Duck thought. Duck was panting up behind with every ounce of steam he had. Percy was waiting at his signal. Salty buzzed slowly into the siding. He had heavy wagons of fish. "Look out, Salty!" Percy cried. Henrietta and the coaches clattered through. Salty's wheels spun as he raced right into the bumpers. Fish shot everywhere. "Oh no!" cried Salty. Just then, Duck chased through the junction. "Beg pardon, Salty," he gasped. "I have to keep up with the runaway train." The runaway coaches raced on. Duck had to puff harder and harder. At last they caught up with the runaway. "Steady, Duck," called his driver. The guard had made it to Henrietta and stood on the front balcony with the shelter's pole trying to connect Duck to the train. The engine swayed and lurched until at last... "Got it!" shouted the guard. There was worse to come. Ahead, works on the track found thick mud everywhere. James had just left the washdown when suddenly he saw the runaway coaches racing towards him. Cried James. He was covered from funnel to firebox in thick brown mud. "I've never been this dirty," groaned James. "Oh, sorry, Duck can't stop," tooted Duck, and they raced on. The coaches were having the time of their lives, but Henrietta wasn't. She was having the bounciest, bumpiest ride she had ever had. Then there was trouble. They diverted Duck and the train onto a familiar branch line. "Another clear mile and we'll do it," called Duck's driver. "Oh, glory, look at that," added the fireman. Ahead, Douglas and Emily were helping in the rebuild of Toby's shed, station and rails, but had been warned about the runaway. A loaded flatbed was used as a barrier. Douglas and Emily saw the approaching train. The guard had disconnected Henrietta, and Duck brought her to a gentle stop, but the three coaches weren't so lucky. The coaches collided with the flatbed, crashed off the rails and landed in a heap, derailed and overturned. The rails rocked, broken crates creaked. Glass was everywhere. No one was hurt, but the coaches didn't care. They were feeling very pleased with themselves. That was until... Of all the rudest rolling stock on my railway, boomed a well-known voice. I would have expected it out of freight cars, but here I didn't think such harsh words would come from passenger coaches. This whole mess has caused confusion and delay. We think that the blame should really be going to Toby, sir, said Coach 1. He endangered his passengers and abandoned his own coach. Well, that would have worked, puffed Toby, if there were people on board. Wait, what? Coach 3 blurted out. Do you know anything about this? Asked Coach 2. I think I can answer that, so Top Hat stepped in. It was apparent that something was amiss, because as soon as you left the station, Henry and Percy told me all you did to Toby, not to mention all the nasty things you said about him. You have said rude things about Toby and Henrietta, the controller continued. I myself, with the guard, were on board alone. But the passengers, they were all dropped off at Wellsworth, interrupted Toby. I was wise to your jokes right from the day I first got you, so once I received word about the whole thing, I let everyone off and went on light engine. So it seems, Duck chimed in, you 3 wrecked and injured yourselves. It was lucky Duck caught me in time, Henrietta spoke. Otherwise, I'd end up much like you nasty, foolish bullies. And what was that nonsense talk about being first-class coaches? Asked Douglas. And making up lies to think you 3 were the public eye, too, frowned the controller. Been listening to Diesels, I suspect. Douglas and Emily were furious, and so was Duck. And all this time, we treated you like queens of the track, fumed Emily. For shame, put in Douglas. Once you 3 have been repaired, the Top Hat said, I shall find new jobs for you, and at long last you will be useful. The coaches seethed through furious grunts and moans as Bill and Ben carted them away. Oh, I'm very sorry, sir, apologized Toby. The off chance I get for something special and I blow it for you. Nonsense, said the Top Hat. The accident wasn't your fault. I bought those coaches unaware that they had been used by a most nastiest diesel on the mainland. That is one mistake I will no sooner make again. The Top Hat purchased 3 new coaches identical to the others, but these ones were much kinder and loved being a part of Toby's passenger train. Toby was given the job of helping out with the holidaymakers when the summertime came after all, and all the engines, even Gordon, was impressed. Toby's home of Osdale was now complete. The old wood of his shed was reused to make a brand new birdhouse, so Toby can see his buried friends make nests and hatch their young. There was even a new station halt so passengers could come and see Toby whenever they liked. His new coaches loved travelling and see the sights of the railway, and to hear about Toby and Henry's adventures before becoming Sir Tottenham's engine and coach. And I hear you asked, whatever happened to the 3 nasty coaches? Well, Sir Totten Hat did say he was going to make themselves useful at last, and that made the trio stop laughing now. The first coach had been turned into a railway cafe built into the main station building of Knapford, so whenever some holidaymakers come to the railway, they can take a break on board her. The people were happy and passing engines smiled, but she snarled. at what she was turned into. The second coach got her chance on the main line, but not as she hoped for. This coach now works as the new breakdown coach for the workroom since the old one was lost in the island's earthquake. She wasn't thrilled either of her job, especially because the only view she got was the crane cab's back. And the third coach? Well, she was cut away by Donald to the beach, where she became the new lifeguard's brake hut. Engines who passed would often call out, "Well done! Your credits to the railway, and at least you're making yourselves useful." But the only response the coaches gave was a moan, followed by all three saying, "But I'm first class." But of course no one paid any attention to them. Toby always knows he has many good friends that are always there to help him. Toby knows too that he is not as strong as the other engines, but he is always trying his hardest to do the work he can, and he's always happy to help his friends, but always tells his friends when he needs help too. And they are always happy to help.